Hello, welcome back to another Lord of the Rings live stream. Today we are continuing on in our progression playthrough with the assault on Osgiliath. So this is in the middle of the against the shadow cycle. This is pack, I believe, 4. I could be wrong on that. It's 4. I think this is 4 because this Blood of Gondor, if we win, we'll get to open up Blood of Gondor, and then we'll continue on. But so this scenario is kind of interesting. So it has one quest stage, and all you're doing is I guess not all you're doing. What you're trying to do is control all the locations, all the Osgiliath locations. If an Osgiliath location leaves play, so here's one of the examples, then instead whoever or I think the first player, whatever, it doesn't matter in a solo play, they become the owner of the location. Once the players own all the locations in play, at the end of the round you win. This, I think, is a really interesting idea, but I'm not sure if the execution was perfect. The problem is that you can win turn 1 or you can lose turn 20. Just kind of depends on what flips up. And so let's talk about the deck, and I'll say how. Hey Josh, how's it going? Probably won't be here for long, but wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Hope everything is good. If I don't talk to you soon, hope you have a good holiday break. Where was I? Oh yeah, the deck. Okay, so the deck. And okay, so the first hero that I'm running is Glorfindel. So Spirit Glorfindel, and I want to run more Spirit heroes. The problem is if I'm not running dwarves, I feel like I only have 3 Spirit heroes that I can run, like effectively, that are good enough to consider running. That's Glorfindel, that is Frodo, and then Eowyn. So those are, I feel like at this point in my progression play, are kind of these Spirit heroes that I need to lean into. And Spirit, I think, hey, thank you, Josh. Spirit, I think, is one of the strongest, if not the strongest sphere that we have access to right now, because of all the threat mitigation and also all the cancels that it has. So I feel like I really want to run Spirit, but then I have a hard time with just kind of running the same heroes over and over again. So I'm hoping that we get some more Spirit heroes here soon, so I can branch out a little bit. But so two of the team is Frodo and Glorfindel, especially because we do need to quest a lot and we need to take care of some locations, and so Spirit provides the best tools in order to do so. So being able to double up my income and not running a tri-sphere deck, we are running a bi-sphere deck. Running a tri-sphere deck here allows us to get some of those heavy hitters, mainly like Northern Trackers and everything, on the table twice as quick. So that's kind of the idea here. And then to round us all out, we're actually bringing back one of the OGs, Theodred. So Theodred came from the core box. He's a leadership hero. He's an 8 threat cost. He mediocre stat line. It's a 1/2/1/4. But his response is that after he commits to a quest, we can choose a hero committed to that quest and add 1 resource to that hero's pool. Again, what I have found about this scenario in all of the playthroughs that I've done so far is that it's about speed. We want to get those locations out as quickly as possible, and if we can get them out soon, then we don't have to worry about them, and then also we potentially win. So Theodred allows us to, again, just kickstart the economy. The deck is heavy into the Spirit sphere, and so a lot of the times Theodred is going to be passing out money to either of these 2 heroes, or if there's a leadership card like Spirit of Gondor turn 1 or something like that we have access to, Theodred can give his money to himself. And so that allows us to do the kickstart, and then also with the 2 attack here, and Glorfindel has a 3 attack. This combo then allows us to shift at some point in the game if we don't need as much questing, because we don't have any questing points. Really, the only thing we need to do is own all of the locations. So at some point we're gonna have enemies, and we're gonna need the attack power that Theodred can provide over like an Eowyn or someone who just quests for like 9 million and then you're good. So this is the current lineup. Let's talk about the deck and why this lineup works fairly well. So we have a good number of allies because a lot of the locations, once we own the location, if we let an attack go undefended, then we have to relinquish that location back to the staging area. So Frodo is going to be here to defend attacks because he can't die, and our starting threat is at 20, which is very, very low. And so whenever he would be once per phase, whenever he'd be dealt damage, we can take that as threat instead. And so Frodo can be that defender. We have a couple of unexpected courages in here that we will throw on Frodo first, and so that's going to help kind of get that allow us to maybe tank a hit or two before we have to start eating into our allies. Ally lineup is going to be Beaufort. It's going to be Stargazer, and Beaufort's out here because I really am not trying to win quests. I'm not trying to quest successfully all the time because, again, we don't need 15 quest points. We just need to get those locations. And so there will be times, there were times, and this one is also a fairly tactical decision heavy quest where I'm not questing with anybody and I can get Beaufort in for free. So that's kind of the idea is with around Beaufort. We got 2 copies of Lorien Guides, so we can start clearing those locations really quickly once they become the actives. We're running 3 copies of the Riddenmark's Finest. So this is a new card that I don't think I've run on the stream before. It has an action to exhaust and discard Riddermark's Finest to place 2 progress points on any location. So this could be in the staging area, this could be the active location, and this is actually this combined with Snowborn could give us a turn 1 win right here. So there's the Riddermark's Finest, and what we have to do to start out the game is go find a unique location, and one of these has 3. So the King's Library. So technically we could get a turn 1 win if we draw 1 Riddermark and 1 Snowborn Scout in our opening hand. We could drop the Riddermark, drop the Snowborn, choose the King's Library, and that clears it. If we don't flip a sorry, music came on that I'm gonna skip. There we go. Yeah, if we don't flip another location, then that's a turn 1 win and we go home. The other option would be to, hey Josh, thank you for the Prime sub. The other option is there are a couple of these in here, like nope, not the Ancient Ruins. We cannot travel there. There's one other one that I was messing with. Old Bridge, we can't travel. Where are my Osgiliath locations? And it has to be a unique Osgiliath location to bring out at the beginning. For some reason I thought there was one more. Maybe there's not. I really thought that there's one that was a 5. Oh yeah, there it is right there, the West Gate. So the West Gate, we could also get a turn 1 win with the West Gate if we have Riddermark, Snowborn, and a copy of Strength of Will. And so that would allow us to travel, exhaust a spirit character to place 2, Snowborn is 1, and then Riddermark is 2, so that would be 5 progress locations for our opening money. So there is a chance that we could win turn 1 if we have it's just kind of weird, and so that has not happened to me yet, so don't worry, I have not won turn 1 because it does take a pretty specific set of cards in your opening hand to do that. But the deck is kind of built around that. It's kind of a rush, let's get these progress tokens on these locations so that we can continue going. Continuing on with that theme, we've got 3 copies of Northern Tracker. So a lot of these have pretty detrimental travel to locations. Hey, Sam off the shore, good afternoon. How's it going? A lot of these have some pretty like crazy travel actions, and so you have to do something to travel there, or you are not allowed to travel there whatsoever. Northern Tracker bypasses that, and so you can start clearing them from the stage. Running Gandalf and sneak attack because of obvious reasons. And then we got some threat mitigation. So we got Elrond's Council and the Galadriel's Greeting. And this is, I guess, like, it's a little weird. This deck is a little bit weird, and we're playing a little bit unconventionally because I don't care if I lose quest. If I lose quest, my threat goes up. We're starting at 20. This is in here to mitigate that and bring it back down so we're not engaging enemies. There's a decision point and a transfer point where once we have a couple Northern Trackers on the table, we can probably lose the rest of the quests in the game. As long as we keep our threat below the lowest engagement cost of the enemy, we'll probably be okay because we can utilize the Northern Trackers to clear. So Galadriel's Greeting here is not necessarily to keep our threat super low so that we can do crazy things and not lose. It's really just to kind of keep us below those engagement costs because we're probably not going to be winning every quest. We got 3 Test of Wills because we got some nasty treacheries in there. 2 Hasty Strokes just in case something does get engaged with us, which can happen. We got 2 Hasty Strokes, Dwarven Tunes for the flexibility. Oh wait, actually 3 Hasty Strokes. We probably only need 2. But we'll run with it. Got 2 copies of Light of Valinor, which helps Glorfindel out. 2 Unexpected Courages. 3 Ancient Mathams. So we are running a significant amount of locations, so these can hit and we can start drawing pretty heavily. We got 2 Songs of Travel. We only have 1 target for this Song of Travel, which is Theodred, but as you've seen, the deck is very heavy into the blue, and so it'd be nice to draw this early. 2 copies of Resourceful, and then 2 copies of Steward. So it's fast, it's ineffective, because if we draw 2, then we cannot play both of them. Resourcefuls we can, but it does change the game if we can get them in our opening hand, which is why we're running multiple copies of them. Sam, doing good. You was wondering when you were going to continue your Lord of the Rings progression. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is the one that takes the most pre-work for, if that makes sense, because I build the deck before I practice. There's a lot going on with Lord of the Rings, and so I've just been traveling very heavily. And actually I'm traveling again today. So, and then next week I'll be in Philadelphia at PAX Unplugged. So if you're at PAX, if anyone is at PAX Unplugged, reach out and let's get a game in or hang out or something. So, but after that, things are calming down. But I do love Lord of the Rings, and I was able to sneak in some practice sessions this week, and so we were able to continue on. We will probably not. Actually, we will not be able to play next week. We got probably 1 or 2 streams next week. I'm still trying to figure out when I'm driving up to Philly. And so that'll probably be Marvel because Meg is unavailable to play Arkham. So we'll probably get a Marvel stream or 2 in. Here we go. Alrighty, so we'll set this up. The other thing that I learned, which is kind of fun, I learned this after 30 games into the progression play, is that you do all of your player setups before you do your encounter setups, which is reverse of our Marvel. Marvel, you do the villain setup and everything, and then you go into your player setup. Here, it's reversed. And so we actually do get to see our opening hand, resolve our mulligans before we get to make the choice of what encounter we're going with, or which locations we're going with, which could be very helpful, right? So if we draw a sneak attack Gandalf, we can pull out one of those more nasty minions. If we see that we have the tools that we may get a turn 1 win, we'll pull King's Landing, or not King's Landing, King's Library. I'm a Game of Thrones train over here. But so it allows a lot more flexibility, which is nice. Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, well, we got Steward, which is excellent. We got a Test of Will, Sneak Attack, Resourceful, Northern Tracker, and an Ancient Matham. This is not a rush hand. However, if we are playing the long game, there are very few cards I would prefer over seeing these. So I love this hand right now. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna keep this hand. We don't get to resolve the first card draw. Oh my gosh, because we can trigger Resourceful's, the secrecy right there for free. So we'll throw that probably on Frodo or Glorfindel, probably Glorfindel. And we can just start. Oh my gosh, yeah, let's go. Okay. Let's read this. You have returned to Minas Tirith, which Glorfindel is blocking. So Minas Tirith, and then Osgiliath is right there. Osgiliath is, and now I'm doubting myself, but I'm pretty. I think it's the one that Faramir leads the in the movie or in the book. Faramir's at where they kind of meet Frodo, and then they split off to go to Mordor, or not Frodo. The one where the Witch King does all the attacking and destroying. So you've returned to Minas Tirith just in time to join the army of Gondor as it marches to Osgiliath, as the army of orcs and southerners have garrisoned in the ancient city, but Lord Boromir means to retake it. Eager to strike a blow against Mordor, you will see the city retaken or die in the attempt. Setup. Each player chooses one enemy in one unique location and adds them to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So, with this, we have I think a turn 2 drop of Northern Tracker. So, yeah, okay, so one resource is going to go for Resourceful, which pays for itself on turn 2. And then we have 4 resources here. If we probably want to drop an Ancient Matham. And so Theodred can pass a resource over here, and then we'll also have a turn 2 drop of Steward of Gondor. So we have enough money to go around for a while. And so we can grab something that is going to be a little bit less. So the setup is to choose one enemy in one unique location and add them to the staging area. And so the enemy. Actually, you know what? Ancient Harbor could be interesting here. So, Ancient Harbor is a 5, but it's only a 1. We cannot travel to Ancient Harbor, but it says as a combat action, we can exhaust a hero to place a progress token on Ancient Harbor. And so we can clear that fairly quickly. Especially because I hope we're not having any combat actions at the beginning of the game. And we're not going to be exhausting Glorfindel because we want to keep that threat low. So that could be an interesting option. The other option would just be... Actually, you know what? Let's just not overthink it. Let's go King's Library. And then in 3 turns we can clear it. Or I guess 4 turns we can clear it. Okay. And then we have to find an enemy. This one's always been a little bit hard for me. I've kind of leaned towards the soldier over here. He's engagement cost of 30, which ideally is going to be a long way off, but he only has a threat of 1, and he has a force effect when he destroys something. And so it's not the end of the world, but I mean, there are some over here, like we don't want Orc Vanguard. We can't use resources when they're engaged with us. We don't want any of the archery stuff. And so we don't want the Haradrim Elite, because whenever it enters play, it makes an immediate attack. It's just bad. Ooh, actually the southern... actually, yeah, let's go here. So we got this guy. So when this is engaged with a player, the southern... I'm going to try and pronounce this name and butcher it. Flanthrax? Falinlax? Gets +1 attack for each location that the player controls, so it's going to be really good to see that early. And also it's just a 1, so right now we're starting out with 3 in the staging area. If we do engage this guy, it's not the end of the world. So now what would be really cool is if we can top deck another Resourceful. If we could top deck a resourceful, we'd be in some business. But I mean, the fact that we have a resourceful and a steward of Gondor means that we got money to play with. So I'm excited about that. Sweet. Does anyone have any exciting holiday plans? Okay. We're going to go those right there. Those are significantly further away than I'm used to. Okay, when this flips over, this says player card effects. Oh, shoot. I did not read that. Play as much Lord of the Rings as possible. I love that. Player card effects can now place progress tokens on locations in the staging area. Okay, well that changes the deck up completely. Let's do a little bit of... You know what? Let's see what we do, because I completely missed that in the setup. Hilarious. We are probably going to change the King's Library back over to the That's funny. Nice. Let's go to the one with the combat action. The only thing that really messes with are the northern trackers, and so we'll play through it and see what happens. Yeah, Ancient Harbor. That's what we're looking for. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I was like, this seems really easy. Okay, that's why it's not. Okay. When an Osgiliath location leaves play as an explored location, the first player takes control of that location. The players control all the if we control all the Osgiliath locations in play, then we can take control of that location. And then we win if we control all of the locations in play. I'm glad I read that. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, well, that'll make it a little bit more interesting of a game. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, we'll top deck into a Dwarven Tomb. I'll take that. We'll pass out some money. Yeah, this Northern Tracker is definitely not the right play then. But, I mean, it's not horrible. It's a good attacker. Okay, so let's go one from Glorfindel's pool to play a Resourceful on Glorfindel. Let's go... We want to keep a Test of Will ready because there's some nasty. So Dwarven Tomb effectively means it's the second copy of a Test of Will. We've got... That's actually good enough for me for what we got. And then we'll go. So we will use Theodred and Frodo to quest for 3. We're showing 2. We're probably going to lose this quest, and that's fine. We're going to go ahead and pass out a money. We'll give that to Frodo. And then, so we're going 3. And then we've got a Yerk Soldier. After he attacks and destroys a character, that character controller returns the location he controls to the staging area if possible. So we actually do succeed. During our combat, we will exhaust Glorfindel to place a progress token up here on the Ancient Harbor. Okay, so we'll stand up. Increase our threat. Pass out some money. Gosh, that's so funny that I missed that. I was like, okay, well, this changes pretty significantly now. We got another copy of a Test of Will. Look at that. Let's go ahead and drop 4 to play a Northern Tracker. We can hang on to the money now because we're not going to clear it anytime soon. Let's go ahead and use Theodred to throw a Steward of Gondor onto, let's go Frodo. Just kickstart that economy a little bit. Yeah, let's hang on to the Ancient Matham, just because there may be something that comes out that's going to be a little bit easier to clear. It would be nice to go ahead and grab a... Sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to think if I think we're gonna try and take out some of these enemies. What I was saying is it would be nicer to grab some card draw stuff. So let's go with 3 with Theodred and Frodo. We'll go ahead and drop one of this money into Theodred because I think we're probably Theodred doesn't need money. We'll give it to, I guess, Frodo because he's the other questing character. So we're going 3 to 3. We're going to flip up a street fighting. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an Osgiliath location is discarded. The first player may exhaust a hero to take control of that location. Otherwise, add that location to the staging area. This effect cannot be canceled. So, boom, boom, boom. That's the nasty one. Here we go. So we got the East Quarter. While the East Quarter is the active location, the current quest gains battle. Characters questing use their fight instead of willpower. I'm good with that. So let's go ahead and add that to the location just because we have kill on one of these guys. And so I'm okay with that. Perfect. Okay, so travel phase, we'll go ahead and travel here. And then encounter, we missed our quest by 2, so we are up 2. We'll engage here, and he's going to attack. We're going to let this go undefended. He's attacking for 1 plus, oh, there goes the second copy of that. That's huge. So we'll actually just throw 1 damage here onto Theodred. Alrighty, and then we will swing for 3-5 to kill this guy. Alrighty. Unexhaust, raise our threat up to 30, no, not 30, 24, and pass out some money. We've got some money now to play with. Got a hasty stroke. We've got all of our cancels, which is kind of interesting. Be nice to have some threat mitigation. Let's go ahead and drop 1 here onto East Quarter. Yeah, we also have another kill. Actually, shoot, Glorfindel can kill this guy by himself. Northern Tracker can take a hit from him without dying because we have the hasty stroke. So we actually let's just quest again and get that guy out of the staging area. At this point, we'll start giving money over here to Theodred. So we're questing for we're questing battle. So it's gonna be 3. So let's do this. Let's actually go 4. Using Northern Tracker. Questing 4, showing 2, flip into 1. The players cannot travel here. As a planning action, we can spend 2 resources to place 1 progress token on the old bridge. 1 resource instead if there's another Osgiliath location in the staging area. So this is going to be excellent because we have the economy to easily pay for this. Okay, so we quested for 4, showing 3. We'll place 1. Boom, just like that. Then we will optionally engage this guy. He's going to attack for 4. We will defend for 2. For no shadow effect, we will instead increase our threat by 2 and cancel the damage dealt. Then Glorfindel will swing back to kill. Okay. End of the round, we're going to increase our threat to 27. We're going to undo. Draw into a, jeez, another test of will. Okay, so we've got everything to cancel everything now at this point. Now we just need to do something with it. Let's pass out some money. 1. Got 3. And we got 1. Let's go ahead and we got 2, 4, 6. Let's just go ahead and grab this location. I don't know if there's any reason to know. Well, then let's do 5. Let's just place 5 on it and we get it ready to progress, or we can grab it whenever we need it. But if we can not control a location, then we don't have to worry about letting attacks go undefended. So that could be an option for us there. We do need some heroes to stay ready to grab that guy eventually. Okay. Okay, let's go. You know what? We're gonna increase our threat. We're gonna go 3, 5, 7. I'm gonna go 7, showing 2. We're gonna flip into a ruined square, which surges. After an enemy is defeated, place 1 progress token on ruined square. That surges into the Harem Elite. When Harem Elite enters play, it makes an immediate attack from the staging area against the first player. That can get dangerous pretty quickly. So it's going to make an attack of 4. We'll take it undefended. This attack destroys a character. That character's controller must return a location. It does not. And we'll increase our threat by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouch. We quested for 7. We're showing 3, 4, 5, 6. So we place 1 here. That was an unfortunate flip. This guy's going to engage us. We will defend with Frodo. This time, it's going to be a 4 coming at us with 2. We'll increase our threat 2 more. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, y'all. Okay. We'll go ahead and increase our threat to 35. We'll pass out some money. Draw into... Okay, so Stargazer helps us here. Let's go ahead and spend 2 to drop Stargazer. Get to look at the top 5. There's Galadriels. That's huge. There's Elrond's Council. That's also big. Sneak Attack is big. Give me a Gandalf. There we go. Now we're talking. And another Northern Tracker. So I'm thinking what we do here is we can... If we go Gandalf, then Sneak Attack, then we can start drawing into our threat stuff. And honestly, at this point, this is probably fine enough for Stargazer. We have to exhaust Stargazer to do this. She can tank a hit if we absolutely need her to. Yep, so we'll draw into Gandalf. We already have a Sneak Attack in our hand, so we can spam Gandalf a little bit. Perfect. Love that. Love that for us. Gandalf can kill here. I'm wondering if we can get around that. We can. We have a lot of threat reduction coming up with Gandalf, with Galadriels, and Elrond's Council. So we're at 35. I'm okay to try and miss this one so that we can get a kill here, and then Gandalf can reduce our threat again, or actually probably draw us cards turn 1. Or the first play of Gandalf. So we need 6 damage. We got 6 on our heroes. Yeah, okay. So let's just quest with 2 with Northern Tracker. So 2 showing 3. I'm gonna flip into a 2. So we increase. Uh-oh. That actually is pretty bad. Oh, we're at 35. I thought we were at 38. Haha, we're fine. We're fine. Actually, we may not be. Return the topmost orc enemy. So this guy comes in. Okay, so we did 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're up to 39, which is less good. This guy's going to come and engage us. So we got 2 attacks of 4. We can survive both of these attacks. And I think we kill this guy and use Gandalf to kill that guy. So this attack of 4 here. Yeah, we'll let this attack of 4 just go. There's a shadow. Attacking enemy gets +2 attack. What we'll do here is we will spend 1 for a hasty stroke and cancel that. So 4 damage onto Glorfindel. And then Frodo will defend a 4 attack here. It gets +1 or +3. We will also use a money here to cancel that. Oh, shoot. I thought I had a second one. We're going to use 1 and 1 to grab the Dwarven Tomb, then play the Hasty Stroke. Sorry about that. So 4 to raise our threat by 2. 1, 2. Up to a lot. Okay. So, oh, and then we're attacking. So we'll go 3 to kill this guy. We place a progress token on this one. Yeah, this is harder without the Northern Trackers. We will unexhaust everything. We will raise our threat to 42. We will draw into Gandalf. Did not see that coming. And we'll pass out some money. Okay. So we are going to sneak attack Gandalf, and I'm thinking we kill this guy instead of this guy. We may actually sneak attack Gandalf in twice and use Gandalf to block here. So the first time he'll come in, we'll draw cards. No, that's not how that works. Yeah. So if we block here, I think we can actually block a attack of 4. I'm okay losing the Northern Tracker. Gandalf comes in to... if we can clear, we have Ancient Matham, which can draw us cards. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. So during the quest phase, I'm going to sneak attack Gandalf and kill this guy, which clears this, and then Gandalf. Then we're questing for like minimum 4 with this guy here, and then we've got 5, 6. So we can probably clear here, drawing our second sneak attack, allowing us to then sneak attack Gandalf in again for probably threat reduction. And then this guy we can block and then swing back and kill. Big fan. Big fan. Love it. Okay. I don't have anything I want to play, so let's just go ahead and move into our questing phase. We're going to sneak attack Gandalf, committed to the quest, and we're going to ping this guy for 4 damage, which places a progress token here. And then we get this location under our control. So now we can't let anything go undefended. We have our 6 damage here to kill. So let's go ahead and go 6 questing total against 2. We're going to flip into a 2. So 2 gets placed. I guess 1 goes there. So we take control of this one. Ancient Matham triggers. 1, 2, 3. And then this Westgate is, there is no active location. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for an Osgiliath location. Reveal it and add it to the staging area. Then make Westgate the active location. Shuffle the encounter deck. So there's a way that we can get to encounter deck. Or yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Gandalf comes back to our hand. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go Stargazer at this point to look at the top 5. So we got another Northern Tracker, a Strength of Will, a Snowborn Scout, Rittermark's Finest, and a Lorien Guide. We don't need the Northern Tracker. No, these are good cards, but I'm okay drawing into them one at a time. So I think we're going to use Gandalf to reduce threat. So now it is the combat phase. We will go ahead and... I don't think I spent 1 for sneak attack last time. We'll sneak attack Gandalf in and reduce our threat by 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. He's attacking for 4. We'll defend 4. Player gets +1 for each location, so it's +2. Gandalf takes 2 damage. Gandalf don't care. And then we will swing back for 2, 3, 6 to kill. Oh, my fan just blew that over. Okay. Gandalf comes back to our hand. And unexhaust. Let's go. Increase our threat. Draw into Snowborn. Probably should have traveled. That whatever. It's fine. So we do still have Gandalf. We're gonna hang on to Gandalf for a little bit. Ideally, we could draw a second or another snake attack. That'd be pretty fun. But we're not playing Snowborn yet. Actually, we need to pass out money. And oh, actually, you know what? At this point, let's go ahead and spend 1 of Frodo's money. This is during the planning phase, to go ahead and grab control of this guy. Now we definitely cannot let attacks go undefended. We need to clear this guy too. We'll travel here next turn and we can Snowborn and clear pretty easily. And then Glorfindel needs 2. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and spend 3 for Galadriel's Greeting to reduce our threat by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking we may Dwarven Tomb. Let's go ahead and spend 1. Let's spend 4 total to Dwarven Tomb and Galadriel's Greeting again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just giving us a little. That's not the right button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring us down to 26 just to give us a little bit more breathing room. And we're good. We don't need Elrond's Council now. We'll do that after we travel. I really should have traveled to Westgate last turn. I'm not quite sure why I didn't. But here we are. Okay. So let's go ahead and go 2, 3. I guess we'll give Theodrita money. Yeah, let's go 3. We're showing 3. We're going to flip into a 1. So our threat goes up by 1. And travel phase, we're going to travel to Westgate. I'm going to remember to drink my coffee. We may actually go ahead and engage that guy. No, we're not. We're not, because we've got a hero here. Well, we could defend with Northern Tracker and probably be fine. And then we could kill with Glorfindel. We need to clear this guy at some point. Let's play a little bit longer of a game. Let's go ahead and leave him out there. No, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and engage him. Northern Tracker can block. Hopefully not die. If they die, they die. It's fine. And then Glorfindel can swing back. And then we'll leave that ancient house up there. Harbor. Ancient harbor. It's too far away. Okay. So engage. Defend with Northern Tracker. No shadow effects. So Northern Tracker takes 2 damage. And then Glorfindel will swing back for 3 and kill. At this point, there's no reason to not use Stargazer. So we got Riddermark's Finest. Lorien Guide's actually really nice here. Now, Strength of Will, it's fine. Northern Tracker. And Steward of Gondor. Steward of Gondor, we're just going to keep punting to the bottom because we cannot play it. So I'm good with a Lorien Guide. Then a Riddermark's Finest. And then probably another Northern Tracker. We need to start flooding this battlefield with some allies so we can get... so we can assure ourselves that we're not going to be taking any undefended attacks. Okay, we'll stand up. Increase our threat to what, 30 or 28? Not bad. Draw into Lorien Guide. pass out all of the money. This opening combo is a little dumb. We have so much money. Let's go ahead and spend 1 for a Snowborn Scout. We can place, this is not in the staging area, so we can place 1 here. Let's go ahead and spend, let's spend Glorfindel's money now, because Frodo spent all of his last time for a Lorien Guide. We're going to try and not exhaust any of our heroes this turn, so we can throw 3 progress tokens here, because if we don't flip any more Osgiliath locations, we have the potential to win next turn. So let's Elrond's Council to give Lorien Guide +1, and we reduce our threat by 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna quest with Lorien Guide, place a progress token here for 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so we'll go 3. We'll flip into add X to the archery total this round. X is the number of locations the players control. The players control less than 4 location, pinned down gains surge. Well, we have the cards to cancel, so let's just cancel that. Okay, so we quested for 3, showing 1, so 2 goats placed here, which is a clear for next turn. During our combat phase, we will exhaust Theodred, Frodo, and Glorfindel to throw 3 onto Ancient Harbor. Okay, stand up. Actually, we'll Stargazer, I guess. No reason to not Stargazer. Rittermark, Tracker, Strength of Will, Sword of Gondor, and another Resourceful. We don't need the money. I guess Rittermark, I guess this is a fine. It may be nice to go ahead and grab Strength of Will just in case we need to travel. And then Rittermarks, and then Northern. Okay. Oh, we also have a Gandalf. No, we'll save Gandalf for a big bad enemy. Okay. Then we'll unexhaust everyone. Increase our threat to 26. Draw into Strength of Will. We got 1 on Theodred. Infinite money on these other 2. So if we don't flip a location, we win this turn, I think. So we only need 1. We only need 1 hero to exhaust to clear that. We'll keep Glorfindel around for fun. No, you know what? We won't. We won't. We will go ahead and just quest and go. Oh wait, hold on. We just go 1 here. That clears. And we'll hang out at that point. So we're questing for 1. Let's go 3 just to be safe. Flip into a 1. We will not engage him, and then we'll exhaust. Here at the end of the round, we win. So we control all the Osgiliath locations in play. There you go. I like the quest a lot more now that I know that I can't place progress tokens on it with Northern Trackers. That made it a little bit more interesting, as well as like the Rittermarks and everything. But I don't know. The quest felt like it was missing one thing, if that makes sense. It felt like I was just missing just one thing. But I mean, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. That was the assault on Osgiliath. Since we got the win, we are going to be able to open up Blood of Gondor, and so we will go ahead and go to the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then we will dive into this bad boy. Alrighty, I'll see you soon.